Thank y'all for fighting traffic to be with us this evening for our Freedom School. Freedom School is super special. We launched it originally in 2017, or was it 2018? 2017. It seems like under similar circumstances. So it's a bit of a deja vu to be back doing Freedom School. So with that, I will give it over to our fearless leader, Andrea Young.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, I want to give Fallon props because she sort of originated the concept of doing freedom schools. My introduction to the movement was in a SCLC citizenship school in Dorchester, Georgia, and I won't say how long ago. So thank you all for your commitment to democracy and your willingness to be a part of this. As of 5 p.m. today, nearly 500,000 Georgians had cast their ballots. Yes. Even today, the early vote in person exceeded the first day of early vote in 2020. So, we are on track, and a lot of the reason we're not hearing a whole lot of angst and craziness is because of a lot of the work of this legal team and our advocates and our voter access project to really fight about the SEB rules, to meet with Board of Election heads. Some of you all are part of that, monitoring the Board of Elections meetings in the counties, fighting back on the challenges in the attempt to take voters off the rolls. And so all of that work has been going on. Tomorrow, there'll be an early vote location for the students here at Georgia State in Dahlberg Hall. There's an early vote site for the Atlanta University Center that'll be all through early voting. Georgia Tech will have an early voting site. Atlanta Metro had an early voting site yesterday and today. And we didn't have anything to do with it, but even Emory has an early voting site. So. And that's a lot of the work, again, of our voter access project. So one of our goals today is to train poll observers to be deployed across the precincts for tabulation centers, to really, sort of, in a way, a lot of what happens is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Right, so the more responsible people are deployed and are monitoring what's going on, and people see what's happening. I've been at a polling place where somebody a pickup truck slows down. They kind of see observers are out there. They keep going. Right, so we want and then we want eyes and ears because this election system is ours. Right, these are our neighbors working in these polling places. These are our neighbors who are voting. This is a process that is owned by the people. So it's really important that the people are really able to speak to what is going on, and that's where so many of you all come in. So, and there'll be other, trainings as well. And this is a series we hope to continue because the movement, we need to sort of think about what are some of the most effective things to do. So, our legislative lobbying, the election monitoring work is 24/7. That's one of the great things. We don't just stand this up in election years. We do this, and many of you do this all year round. And so that's why it's so important that you're here. So I look on the early vote numbers with some satisfaction. It looks like, we're on a good trajectory, but we have a long way to go to 5 million. So 2020, 5 million Georgians cast ballots, right? We know it was a fair election. It had 3 recounts. It had an audit of absentee ballots. It had all the scrutiny. I don't even know how many, how much litigation. And so we know we have a system that when people are allowed to do their jobs, that system works. And so part of what we want is to make sure that people are allowed to do their jobs, that they are allowed to follow the rules that they know expedite the process, make sure that people are allowed to fully participate, and that we get the results that we can all rely on. So with that, again, I just want to say thank you. and turn it back over to Fallon.
All right, everyone. So if you look in your handy course catalog, shout out to our comms team for making that, you'll see the variety of options that you have this evening. So our breakout sessions are going to be about 35 minutes, so 25 to 30 minutes for presentation, and then, of course, there'll be time for questions. So the first two breakout sessions that we will have for the first session is we will have the LEAD program, which is the local election advocates and defenders, and observing programs. That's the observing of certification, polling locations, and that will be in this main room, and that will be led by Rachel. And then we will have a First Amendment and disinformation session. We know that's running rampant this election cycle, and that will be upstairs in room 242, and that will be led by Sarah. So if y'all want to pick which one of those you want to go to, those will be the first two. And then the second breakout sessions, we will have a Fulton Jail campaign led by Andres and Senate Bill 63. There will be a deep dive into the elections led by Akiva. I think he's out there getting a snack. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put him on blast. He was in court all day fighting for our freedoms and democracy. And then also the state of our reproductive rights led by NECA, because we know, well, I don't know about y'all, but I've been getting whiplash with all the court decisions about abortion bans, what we can do, what we can't do. And then the third session, we will have the LEAD program again, a second time by Rachel, just in case you want it to go to one of the other sessions during the first breakout. And then we will also have a banned book session by Sarah. So I know I said a lot very quickly, but the first two for this first breakout are the LEAD program, and that will stay in this room, or the First Amendment and disinformation, and that will be in room 242. So we hope you enjoy.